Butcher's Crossing opened during TIFF. How exciting was that?
It was amazing. It was really exciting to have such an unbelievably awesome premiere.
You have a history of having a good eye for your films to produce, to make them happen. So what is it that you found in Butcher's Crossing?
In Butcher's Crossing, I found it was something that when I read the script, and it was many years ago, like 2015, I think I met Gabe in Zurich at the Zurich Film Festival. What drew me to it was this kind of, I loved how the story, was kind of almost a survival story too, and it was something quite ambitious that from a producing side that I've never, worked with that many livestock and with had done a Western before. And I loved the man versus nature of it all and thought it would make a great movie.
And you give us a little bit of the history um, of what kind of did happen with, with bisons and the shortage within like 2 decades when there was billions.
Yeah, it absolutely did. And it kind of takes you into that story of like how that was the greed that happened, and these hunters that would go out and hunt just for the hide. And if we could decimate the natives food source, that was what the government kind of set out to pay these hunters to do that. And it could decimate the native population, which was so awful. And so this story kind of dives into the greed of this all. And Miller, who is played by Nick Cage, and goes on this hunt and for this mythical herd that he thinks he can get thousands of buffalo, and it doesn't turn out the way he thinks.
Mm. Now, this was filmed in Montana, is this correct?
Yes, and it was filmed almost entirely on the Blackfeet Reservation, which was in Browning, right up on the border near Glacier National Park. So it was almost entirely there with their herd,
Were you at
what
the
you said.
location of filming?
Yes, yes, I was living there, and in that region, there's not a lot of hotels that stay open during that time. And so we rented out a trailer park that we all lived in. And I actually lived in my Sprinter van for almost like 66 days. It was like from scouting and from shooting. And so there was real supply chain issues up there. There was most of our crew lived in the trailer park, and then a little motel that was outside of there. But Kalispell was the town that was closest to Glacier, and that was still like almost a 2 hour drive away to like a lot of the bigger box stores and whatnot. But it was a pretty big adventure, the whole making of it.
I always think that it's, you guys are putting the funds together to make this happen. So you're opening this other side that I didn't imagine. Is it common?
Yeah, I mean, I think all producers, there's so many different kind of variations of a producer, but on this one, like I was one of the bonded producers on it. So we were there the entire time, and along with Amanda Bowers, who was there as well the entire time. And so and then actually one of the financing producers, he was there. So it was kind of an all hands on deck situation. But yeah, not always, the producers aren't always all there, but this was a little bit unique. It was also during COVID too, so it was challenging.
I know this is not the first time you produce a film with Nicolas Cage. So how was
Yes.
it to have him again?
Awesome. I love working with Nick Cage. He's amazing. He's a total pro and just a legend.
So how did he come on board for this project?
Well, he came on board. He was aware of this project, I think, many years ago. He also worked with Gabe on a movie that Gabe produced, and I think they had discussed it. And when uh, we were casting it, I sent it to his manager, I think back in the spring 2021, as we were gearing up to go to virtual Cannes. And so he was aware of it, had kind of talked to Gabe about it, but as it got more real with financing, et cetera, he officially attached to it.
And then you also
Yeah.
have Fred that
Fred Heckinger, yes.
works closely with Nicolas Cage's character as Will, the kid from the city boy from attending Harvard, drops out and is up for a challenge. I mean, that story, that underdog, but yet survives.
Yeah, and he kind of goes on this spiritual journey, in the Western frontier. And I think he's lured, like his character is lured by, the ambitions of Miller and to go on this adventure for this, look after this, immense herd, go on the search for this immense herd uh, in the deep Colorado Rockies. So, uh, yeah.
How did you know he was the right one to play this role? How did you guys know?
Gabe, I think Gabe had become aware of Fred. Our casting director, actually, Mary Vernew, she flagged Fred as somebody up and coming to watch, and I think we'd seen him in White Lotus and a lot of other things that he was kind of gearing up to do. And Gabe, I think, met with him, and we cast him right shortly after that.
I know this was based on a novel. So did you read the novel like after you read the script, or did you know about the novel before the script?
I had heard about the novel. I had not read the novel before I read the script. Gabe had optioned the book years before I had met him. And so um, I read the book after I read the script.
And then when it came to the script, like was it like you envisioned it?
Uh, yeah, I had read it first before the book, but I think so. Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, absolutely.
It's definitely gonna open curiosity to want to look up the book.
Yes, I think it has, and I think as it's gains awareness, it will have a nice resurgence. The book.
um, so just I'm curious to start wrapping up before we're getting to work with before this film, before getting to work with Nicolas Cage, did you have a favorite film of his?
Oh my gosh, I love Moonstruck. I love uh
Classic.
that's just such a great one. I think he's amazing in that. I mean, all of the ones he's exceptional actor. So I think that's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Funny, I'm talking to you about this film that he's in, and tonight I'm supposed to be screening Dream Scenario.
Oh, cool. Amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on this film that's
Yeah.
out. Um,
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on. Yeah. Thank
yeah,
you.
you're welcome. Thank you. And I'm pretty sure that there'll be many more hits out there under your belt.
Oh, thank you so much. All right.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Likewise. Bye bye.